Welcome back to Home Buyer Fundamentals. This is episode 3. In episode 2, we talked all about the pre-approval process and the search itself. In this episode, I want to talk about once you write an offer and it gets accepted, what are the next steps that are going to move the ball forward? What is escrow going to look like? What are the inspections you should be considering? And how is the process going to go from start to finish until you finally get your keys and you get to move into that new home? So escrow, it's a major buzzword. If you haven't heard it before, escrow is the third party that is going to facilitate the transaction. That means you as the buyer, you like this property, you write an offer, the seller accepts the offer. This is the escrow process once the offer gets accepted, and it's going to make sure that the money transfers smoothly. And it's also going to make sure that you love the property and you know all the ins and outs before you end up sending your money over to the seller along with the down payment and the mortgage. The first thing you need to know when your offer gets accepted here in Santa Barbara and California in general, the earnest money deposit is 3% of the purchase price. That means if you buy $1 million house, the earnest money deposit is $30K. That money is usually due within 3 days of opening the escrow and having the seller accept your offer. It's negotiable, but that's standard. So you wanna make sure that money is ready to go, and that's part of your down payment. The next steps, me and my team as realtors, we like to schedule inspections early. On the California residential purchase contract, 17 days is the standard period for inspections, but if you wanna make your offer stronger, sometimes you can whittle that down, and a lot of times we'll get inspections done in 10 days. If you're buying a single family home, I highly suggest doing a full range of inspections, everything from a general inspector who's gonna look from all the systems, appliances, check for mold. You're gonna want a roof specialist. You're gonna want a sewer lateral specialist to make sure that the sewer lateral line where it hooks up is in good shape. They run a camera through that. Then you're also gonna wanna make sure you got a pest specialist in there to check for termite and other pest infestation. The reason you do all these inspections, and just so you know as a buyer, you are normally the one paying for all these inspections, it's to make sure that you don't find this house that you love and you see it's perfect from the outside, but once you start to discover more issues, there sometimes will be a $20,000 mold remediation or even a $30,000 new roof remedy that needs to happen right then. A home can look great from the outside, but it's really important to get professionals who do this for a living and are certified to do a full interior check of the property. And here's the great thing, if they find mold and roof and all this other issues that you weren't expecting, you can either ask for a credit or for the seller to remedy these repairs, or if you feel like it's too much and this home is gonna be not the right fit for you after going deeper into your inspections, you can back out, get that earnest money deposit back, and continue your search with your realtor. During this time as well, it's really important to understand what the lender is going to be doing on the back end. They're going to be going through the underwriting process, making sure that you're fully qualified to buy this home and get the mortgage. Obviously, if you're doing cash, this isn't for you. But for those of you getting a mortgage, it's important to know that you don't want to be maxing out your credit cards. You don't want to be financing new furniture, another vehicle. You don't want to be taking hits to your credit, because during the inspection and the escrow period, you'll oftentimes also have a contingency for your loan and a contingency for the appraisal. And that means if you don't qualify for the loan within the contingency timeline, you can back out. And if the appraisal for some reason comes in low and you can't make up the money to split the difference, you can also back out. It's important to have contingencies in place. And yes, there are times where sometimes people will write a contingency-free offer, which means they're gonna take the home no matter what. But for most of my first-time buyers and newer buyers, I like to keep them protected throughout the process, so they make sure that they know exactly what they're getting into, so they make sure the property doesn't have mold, insects, other major issues. They make sure that it appraises at value, and they make sure that they're fully underwritten and ready to go for the loan before they end up sending the money in, getting the key, having the big welcome party, and moving their stuff in. It's really important to know all the ins and outs even before you move in. So if you made it this far, thank you so much for watching the Home Buyer Fundamentals. Like I said before, episode 1 and 2 are available. Make sure to follow and subscribe if you want more real estate specific content. I make a bunch of content that helps my people stay informed on the market, understand the whole process and the ins and out. And the more that you like and comment and engage, it helps me reach new people and helps me help more amazing people like you. I really appreciate all of you. If I missed anything specific to you, feel free to reach out anytime. Also jump into the comments with any type of question. I love engaging and interacting in the comments. And until next time, make it a great day. We'll see ya.